You want to start with the assassination stuff?
Yeah, baby. Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clint here with you. It's been a long time me and Clint been together.
Yeah, man.
Missed you, bro. I'm down here all by myself.
I know. I saw you doing all this special work by yourself
All the hidden bunker, secret stuff all by myself.
on the assassinations and attempted.
Yeah.
It was fake. It was a ketchup packet. Okay.
That's my favorite.
Sure.
Photo op.
Yeah.
But Joe Biden drops out of the race and he's a patriot.
Right.
One of the greatest men ever. Sacrificing.
The good of the country on his.
Taking a bullet's nothing. But dropping out of the race.
He's a hero.
He's Abe Lincoln already. It's right up there with Abe Lincoln and JFK.
Right.
Fuck you, Joe Biden.
Woo.
Honestly, I'm sorry to see him go. He was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Just watching that dope. I mean, Jesus.
It's been
Christ.
endless material, and we were early on the Kamala making fun of her and her speeches, so I've just been reposting a bunch of stuff that we've put together and made, stuff that I made.
Wow, there's a lot of good word salads to come, I'm sure.
Oh, most definitely.
I can't wait.
I feel like this one YouTube video ad I've seen of her, I feel like it was AI generated because it sounded too good, and she didn't laugh.
Did you hear Elon Musk posted that video of her, the fake campaign ad? It was AI.
That's probably the one I saw then, maybe. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of YouTube stuff like that.
Well, it was great because it was like, I'd like to thank Joe for dropping out of the race for his senility and stuff like that, and it was hysterical. And so Elon Musk thought it was funny as hell, and he posted it on X. It got like millions and millions of views, and the governor of California, Gavin,
Newsom,
told him to take it down.
Yeah,
and Elon Musk posted.
It was like eat a dick or something like that. Right?
Well, it was like Professor. What the hell was it?
I don't know. Good story, man. Thanks.
Well, it was great. It was like he's like, Professor Sucka my nuts off. Says parodies are legal in the United States, so
right.
He's leaving it up. So it was very good, very good. Good job, Elon.
Suck my nuts off. All right, Dave.
Something like that. I'm sure I got it wrong, but
so I think it was like
funny.
We're in August now. I think it was like April, so we're sticking to just doing A months.
August 3rd, 2024.
So yeah,
So everybody's waiting for information on the assassination. They can
Right.
fucking hold their hands on their asses because you ain't getting no information. Because when you have an inside job, no information ever comes out. It just gets covered up.
blanketed over.
Yeah. So just like any other thing that we're looking for information on, you ain't getting it.
The whistleblowers will be
Right.
Hillaried.
You're not going to know. No one's going to admit to whoever fucking shot Kennedy because we know it was CIA.
Right.
And it was CIA and Secret Service that tried to take Trump out. And that's it. That's the bottom line. And you're not going to get to the bottom of it because the bottom of it is exposing these scum suckers for what they really are. And you can just hold your hand on your ass because you ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting nothing from nobody. You can talk all you want, but you're not getting nothing. So get used to it.
Yeah.
Same with 9/11.
Come on.
You got these fucking douchebags in Guantanamo Bay, probably living the high life. I don't even know if they're really there.
Right. It's just pictures.
And you got all these poor people who lost loved ones and are still suffering to this day.
Right.
And they're not getting any answers because it was an inside job. That's why. They blamed it on these fucking retard.
Whoa, hey.
These retarded.
Whoa.
What are they? Arabs? What are they?
Arabs.
I don't know what the hell they are. But they're blaming it on people that don't exist.
The Saudis.
Yeah, the Saudis, yeah.
Saudi nationals.
And they got
yes, no.
They got one picture of the guy that they keep showing on the news. It's like from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And it looked like he just got out of like a gangbang party or something. He's all tired and sweaty.
Was it his passport that they found on the side? It just happened to come across. Hey, whose passport is this on the sidewalk?
Yeah, the only thing that survived, the passport. Yeah, it's all bullshit. You know, I didn't want to believe 9/11 was an inside job, and it took me 20 years to come around. And it's been the events of the past 8 that really opened my eyes. So you want to talk woke? I'm fucking woke. I have woken up to the corruption of the United States government, both sides, Democrat and Republican.
Correct.
So there you go. There's my rant. That's all I got.
My thing with the Butler situation, with the assassination attempt, and people, however you listen. I don't want anything to happen to Joe. You know what I mean?
No, I know. And
you can't just go, oh, well, he meant, like, and I wouldn't be like, oh, he did it for this or that. Like, I mean, the guy's here's and he's still going forward with it. So you tried to smear him through 4 years of his presidency with whatever you could try to stick. Nothing did. He came out one of the most popular presidents ever. And I don't, we'll go back to 2020. We know what it was. Anybody that's watching this show, or even if you don't, even if you don't, you have to know by now. How does a guy who they've touted, I'm going with Joe here, that they've touted for the best economy, best this, but first that, all this stuff, got 81 million votes, and you just go, yeah, I'm not running.
Yeah, you're out.
I don't want to run anymore. My health's more important. Which I hope so, but his health was more important in 2020. But all the fabrications, like, I mean, I know we've talked about it with, like, Michael Rappaport going to very few people, the very good people on both sides. That was never said. They're still saying that now. They're still bringing that up. People still believe that. So you have all this through the 4 years of his presidency, the last 3.5 going on almost, we're coming up to where the 2024 election is, 4 years of this where they're still bashing and you're trying to bankrupt them with these allegations. You're trying to jail them with this 34 felonies. Like, nobody cares about it anymore. Just because you worded the one felony differently and it's a charge in another, like, your 392C is also the 614B. But it's the same fucking charge. You just classify it under different things.
Yeah. It's all bullshit.
So you did all that. You had him in court. Now you're like, what else do you have left to do? You take a chance. Now, do I think this kid was the guy? I don't know. The kid that took the shot, or they say took the shot. Is this really obviously he was going to be the fall guy. You kill him. You had to kill him because you missed number one. And if there was another guy, which who even knows who else? Because I know everybody's seen other videos of a guy on a water tower. There's a shadowy figure. There's this, like,
and no one asks any questions.
I'm not saying there was or wasn't. It's just very odd that this one kid who they knew 90 minutes before the thing.
How come they're not interviewing?
They had eyes on the guy.
The guy who killed him.
Which guy? The sniper?
Yeah.
Well,
Why don't we hear from him?
Well, it wasn't the two dudes that were behind Trump that everybody says was them. Because it was a guy, it was another sniper it was a 448-yard shot is what they were saying. It came from a further shot. So those two guys hesitated too long. I don't know if those two guys on the roof.
They were told to stand down.
Yeah.
They're like, all right, we're going to kill the president today.
I've seen other people say,
wait till he's dead, then shoot him.
Those guys had never been in a gunfight. I've heard other people say you don't know what was being said on the comms. You don't know, hey, where are those shots coming from?
It's all bullshit, dude.
I know.
Why do you think Lee Harvey Oswald was murdered right after that?
Oh, dude.
Because he didn't fucking do it either.
Where was his social? Did he say in Facebook, hey, I'm going to be at the movies? They just happened to find a dude watching a film. Like, come on, man. You just happened to find him there?
There was no Facebook back then.
I'm saying the guy went to the movie theater after he assassinated Kennedy. You know what I mean?
He was meeting Pee Wee Herman for a Yank Fest.
You know who was the leader of the CIA then, right? Head of the CIA?
Was it Hoover?
No.
Who was the head of the CIA? Oh, he was the FBI guy.
George Bush Sr.
Ah. Another corrupt fucker.
Right. So again, what else did I have left?
No, you have to kill him.
Do you think? And again, like
nothing worked.
Here's my thing: we know why Joe, the Clintons, the Obamas, like they're all about absolute power. And again, if Trump's the wrong guy, then we're all screwed anyway, no matter who wins and doesn't.
Right.
At this point.
Right.
Because the country's, the country's going in the wrong direction. You have communists marching in Philly. Like, okay, let's have Josh Shapiro run for as a vice presidential candidate, maybe. You know what I mean? He's going to allow that to happen. They probably had the proper permits. But on top of like everything else, like why does the guy doesn't need to do this again? He doesn't need to go through this another 4 years of this. And he
kind of has to now.
Yeah, but what are the chances they try again? How will they try again? Will it be on a bigger scale? Will it be a mass casualty event and hopefully you end up taking this guy out? Who are you going to blame? Are you going to blame Iran? Are you going to blame...
Yeah, because we need another war quickly.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think everybody's interested in all these wars either that's going on right now. Like, so you're going to push us into a war with Iran for what? Like,
same reason why we went to a war with anybody else.
But I think people are onto it now. I know the money part of it, but I think people are like, if the government blames, it's them. I think everybody's gonna be like, nah, we still think it was you. You know what I mean?
Well, the last thing they want. Well, I mean, that's how you unify this country.
Yeah, but you're not going to unify the country because there's going to be the majority of the left's going to go good. He deserved to die. It's too bad he missed the first time. That's what I'm saying. You're not going to. Who's going to unify? They're not. Their side. Their side doesn't want to fight.
I saw.
You're not fighting a bunch of women.
I saw a meme or a video today on Instagram. People on a train who voted for Kamala Harris, and they're looking in their phones. Mm-hmm. But as they're going by, everything is burning.
Yeah.
And I really think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. If Trump wins, I think cities will burn. I honestly think that's going to happen. I think they're not going to stand for it.
Well, it's going to be their paid people out in the streets again. Yeah.
It's just same as in the summer of love.
Yeah, the summer of 2020.
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing except worse.
But even now, like,
and they're going to blame Trump.
And this is what I said. I noticed I said this like the last time we were together. Like, they have no, like, they needed something to. First off, this has all been like the date of the debate was all planned. Like, they, you know what? Again, I don't know how much Trump's in on this too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know anymore. But they knew they were probably going to get rid of Joe anyway because they saw that it was polling wasn't going to win. He's losing the votes. He's losing the black vote. He's losing the Latino vote because you're bringing in all these new people that are taken from welfare and all these programs within these inner cities that you're supposed to be having the backs of these people, and you don't because you're allowing these people to come in and you're giving them money. You're giving them health care. You're giving them hotels to go destroy, more or less. Mm-hmm. You know, now that you look at them after they've been there for a few months, and then they're bitching about the accommodations, the food. Like, who are you? You don't even deserve to be here. You deserve jack shit. You don't even deserve it. And you're not even thankful of the shit that you're getting from the American people. Regardless of color, the American people are the ones funding the billing for all this stuff. So they know that they're losing that part of the vote. When you see it in Chicago. So me personally, I think this was like their plan all along. The DNC's in Chicago. They knew what the RNC was ahead of them. They went first. You saw the kind of, however you feel about Hogan and Kid Rock and all those, like, those people don't change my situation regardless. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. I'm not voting because Hulk Hogan says, that's my guy. And,
Trumpomania.
Yeah, it was funny and it was entertaining, but that's not why I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I see.
Well, I was doing it already, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, that doesn't change my situation. I don't know that it brings anybody else on board. Like, I don't know who's, little Hulkamaniacs there anymore. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
They're all like 60 years old now.
Yeah, so I don't know how much that really moves the needle. I hope JD Vance is like, I hope he moves the needle in the Midwest here to get some of the, sway those people on his back. But I don't know. I don't really know that much about it. I've seen some of his voting record and stuff like that. But I think getting back, I think like with it in Chicago, I just think they're trying to, because they have no funding. So they needed a big spark of donations. How do you do that? Well, you change the nominee. You change the nominee. Joe drops out. There was a whole thing where, I don't know, some insider in D.C. got a hold of like Schumer, Pelosi, Obama, and Hakeem Jeffries had a meeting. They told Jill, if Joe doesn't drop out, we're going to 25th amend him. Kamala's on board. And then that Sunday he sends out his tweet like, I'm stepping away from the race.
Yeah.
It seems a little fishy.
Seems?
So they got a big influx of donations in the last couple of weeks. I think the VP, probably another name that they're going to try to do, like Pritzker. What's he done for Illinois? You know what I mean? Like, it's the who's who of like, what's Josh Shapiro done for PA as Attorney General, as the governor? I mean, he's just
nothing.
He's just recently become governor. So I just think they're trying to, get some funds in, because nobody was really donating to the Democratic Party. And I think that's how they're trying to do it now. And then maybe,
well, they're making it sound like it was small donations that got all that money. But
yeah, right. Well, they probably were. Yeah, the one guy I was listening to, he said they screwed themselves because the donations came the first bout for just Biden Harris, which is why they had to release it. If they put it in like the PAC money, they can use it however they want for whatever candidate they want. But because it was coming in under those two and it went directly like to them, so he's like, they have to switch that funding somehow. And that was kind of like his thoughts, like, well, we'll get some fresh meat, we'll get some fresh donations.
Well, that's why they were stuck with Kamala.
We'll put the money where we can, and then we'll make a push from the end.
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala, I don't know.
I like Kamala better.
Cammy. And then we'll take
Kamala.
The end of August, and
Do you think she was a man before?
I don't know. That was funny. We'll take the end of August into
I think
November.
She's a man.
She might have been.
She's a man, baby.
We'll take the end of August into November
That's
and
not your mother.
make a big push.
Yeah, I don't care. I just love seeing her try to act like the president now. It's hysterical. She's such a dim-witted.
Well, they've been hiding her, except when they couldn't, and now all of a sudden she's all over the place. And yeah, it's only, that's what I mean. Like, she has nobody likes her anyway. So for other people, like, if you're voting because she's a woman or she says that she's black, when come on, people, she
used to be Indian.
Yeah,
She was like, wasn't she the first Indian senator? They made a big deal about that.
She was the first Indian attorney general in California. She was the first senator in California, and that was Indian. Like, make up, like, you can't be conveniently, you're not even African American. Like, you're Jamaican. So could you say you're Jamaican American, Jamaican Black American? I don't know.
She's an African American. Who cares? I don't know why people have to play this stupid race card all the time.
Yeah, but if that's what I'm saying, like, yeah, it's dumb. Like, if you're voting because she's a person of color, let's just leave it at that. She's a person of color.
Well, she was definitely a DEI pick. I mean, Trump said he didn't know, but he knows.
If you're picking her as the person of color and a woman, that's why you should vote for her. Like, I seen Joy Reid, like, she's like, you'll look real stupid if you don't vote for her. Like, what?
I guess I'm stupid.
So well, she was saying if you're in the community, if you're black or another person of color and you don't vote for her, like, why? This is what I'm saying. Like, the shit they do, we have to go after Trump. We can't let Trump win. We can't do this. Well, what policies are you guys? What has changed or what has gotten better within people in the last 3.5 years? What's gotten better?
Nothing, and they don't care.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what policy? Like, you can tell us, and we've done this before with labor and statistics and stuff like that. Like, you could tell us, the man on the TV or woman or person of color, whoever on the TV can tell us all this shit they want. The shit, the stats don't lie when you actually look into it.
Aren't we people of color?
We're absent of color, I thought.
I just think we're less brown.
I don't know. I mean,
like you see the flag behind us?
Yeah.
You see the white on the flag?
Yeah.
I'm not white.
You're not that white.
I'm not white.
You got a nice base going.
I'm less.
You're looking a little colorish.
I'm just less brown.
You look.
So I think we're all people of color.
Well, I think it's just you're.
So it's stupid. It's stupid that we and that's their goal. Separate us and pit us against each other. And that's working for them. It's worked for them for the past 8 years, and they're going to continue.
Well, come on, man! Decades it's worked for them. Well, it just depends on how.
And I don't know why that we're all so stupid to fall for it. I don't know that we're stupid. I just think we're just so busy trying to live our lives, trying to feed our kids, trying to go to work, trying to pay our bills, that we don't pay attention.
Yeah, that's really the problem. And then you hear or you see a snippet or you see a headline and
they really care.
Or a Facebook reel or whatever it is on Instagram or TikTok, wherever you
sound like Joe Biden or.
But I'm saying, like, you watch you watch 3 to 5 seconds of it and go, but like, yeah, well, my mind's made up. Clearly he's a racist.
Right.
Like, well, wait, what did he say before that and after that? It doesn't matter.
They don't care.
It doesn't matter. I mean, he's a racist. Like,
well, I also never seen, like, the liberals in my circle that I know of. They're so angry,
right?
Miserable. They don't have significant others. They just hate everything and everybody. And I'm just like, I don't get it.
I'm just angry when I look at my paycheck.
Angry.
That's the only time I'm really angry.
That's your own goddamn fault.
Well, I just mean with taxes, and we're sending billions of dollars to Ukraine, and
I mean,
Israel, and that beggar, he was here last week begging for money.
They're all beggars.
You know what I mean?
They're all beggars.
Netanyahu.
But I'll tell you right now,
fucking all the Republicans.
If Israel doesn't win,
if they really wanted to win, they would win.
Well, everybody's trying to stop them at every turn.
It's just more fucking gamesmanship for the world stage, my friend.
It's a money grab. It's a money grab. They need to drag this out as long as they can, like they do with everything else.
Oh, it's the same thing. Like when they were talking about I know we're like jumping all over here, but
that's all right.
When we were talking about the Russia stuff, like Russia's gonna invade the West. Why? Why would he do that?
Yeah, I mean,
he's gonna march through Northern Europe and take it. Well, he could do that already.
I want to see him take Poland.
No, I'm just saying, like, it could have been done already. Like, just stop parking fucking NATO bases on the guy's doorstep, and he won't be upset. I mean, we scrambled some jets pretty damn quick when China and Russia were flying the bombers just last week by, in Alaskan airspace. Like, get them up. We got to get these guys out of here. Everybody had a problem when Russia was down there in Cuba, you know what I mean, hanging out like with their warships and stuff. Like, we're just getting some cigars, we're just hanging out.
Well, the axis of evil is coming together. They're banding together, and we're the last bastion of hope and freedom on this planet. Oh. And if we go, it's over, Johnny. And we're heading towards it. We're heading towards communism. Right in front of our eyes.
Well, that's because the people, and it's
communists will take care of me.
Yeah.
I won't have to go to work. I could stay home all day and play video games in my mom's basement.
Yeah, but eventually that money runs out because the people that are creating the jobs.
No, I know.
And the money.
I know. What do you do when you run out of other people's money? That's the question. It always fails.
Yeah.
But no. People don't pay attention. They don't know.
That's why they were having that uprising again in Venezuela, because this guy just keeps on winning, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't like you. We don't like this country. Like, what are you doing?"
Well, he stopped the vote. Remember?
No, I get it.
He brought the military in to stop people from voting, and then next thing you know, they declare him the winner. It's genius. Surprised the Democrats don't do that here. Although I won't be surprised. So I don't know if Trump's going to win. I mean, I know he's going to get more votes than he's ever gotten in history.
That's another question.
Kamala's going to get 10 more.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't know. I think we discussed this before. Like, how many registered voters were there actually in 2020, and then how many votes actually happened in 2020?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to do exactly what
nobody's
they did.
And this is like nobody's ever disputed Trump saying 70. I got 75 million. Nobody was ever like, no, you didn't. You got 45. Nobody's ever said that.
Right.
Because if you got 45 and then Joe got 81, I could see that, because I think it's like around 160 million voters or something like that, like registered.
Right. There was more votes than registered voters, but no one questions it, and nobody does anything about it. And didn't Akeem Jeffries say if Trump wins, they're going to do whatever they can to overturn the election?
Yeah. Well, that's
if they win the House and the Senate too.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
If they win the House and the Senate and Trump wins the election, they're going to do whatever they're going to overturn the election.
Well, they got rid of that thing.
What thing?
The thing that January 6th was about, with Mike Pence kicking back the electors to the states for the recounts. They got rid of that this year, or whatever, 2 years ago, when they had the majority in the House. So the vice president can't even do that now, which was weird because we were told that wasn't even a viable option.
Wow.
In 2020. Because even Mike Pence himself says that wasn't even, he said it to a lady, and he's like, oh, there was no option to do that. Well, how come they changed that?
They canceled the option. It was an option, but
they just recently changed it so that you couldn't do it, in the fact of, but they might bring it back. It's the thing.
He's a swamp creature.
What people do too, and I know we discussed it too with like the House. Like, the senators will never change, because there's always gonna, what's it, 100? You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna change that. But the House is where the demographics of certain cities, of certain states, of certain towns or counties, for that matter, that's where you change. That's how you get like the Rashida Tlaibs, the Ilhan Omars. Like, that's how you get these really progressive people that have a different ideology than what America is, because you've settled within Michigan. You've settled all these, not the Muslims themselves, but you settled all these Somalis, all these Palestinians in a certain area.
What gets me is why isn't she in Palestine or wherever she came from? Why isn't she trying to help? Why is she here?
Well, exactly.
Go back to where you came from and make a difference.
Well, she's not going to do that, and that's what Trump told her too. And they were like, he told me to go home. He's like, no, go back, fix it, and then tell me how you did it.
Right.
That's what.
Right.
But when you settled all, like, I think Clinton settled all the Somalis during like the 90s with the Black Hawk Down and all that other stuff. So like, that's the one section. The Palestinians, I don't know, they all flock together.
Did you know the Pentagon has a movie department?
Yeah, what a CIA.
Yeah, no, the Pentagon.
Oh, the Pentagon does too?
Yeah.
Yeah. What a CIA is.
So like Black Hawk Down, they even in on Iron Man. Was there military shit in Iron Man?
Probably.
But like Black Hawk Down, that probably didn't happen the way they said it did.
Well, no, it's pretty. I mean, I've seen a lot of people interviewed, like long form interviews, do it. So
I don't know. I think it's all fucking.
Well, I'm sure there's
smoke and mirrors.
I'm sure there's some Hollywood aspect to it, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't believe anything anymore.
Were the reasons we there?
Trust no one.
Maybe not. I don't
trust no one. Trump's the last guy, and the reason why I like Vance is because he came up from nothing.
Right.
He didn't grow up as a silver spoon son of a politician.
Yeah, he was a hard worker.
He wasn't in a corrupt family,
right?
Like the fucking Bidens,
right?
And he was a businessman, and I don't know if he's corruptible. And that's why I like him, and that's the only reason why I like him.
Well, that's the same reason why you were.
That's why I like Trump.
And but that's one of the reasons why you were like into what Vivek was saying,
right?
Because he's a self-starter, immigrant family, parents of child of immigrants, that came to the country, like.
Yeah. Those are the kind of people we need, and we definitely need term limits in the House and the Senate. Is there term limits? There's no term limits. There's Senate term limits, right?
No, you get 6 years, and then you can keep getting voted.
Oh, you can get
reelected.
Okay,
Same thing with the House. It's every 2 years, but you can. There's a reason why Nancy Pelosi's been there since the fucking 1983.
Because it's rigged, I tell you. But that's what we need. We need turnover.
Yeah, the thing with the term limits, because I saw somebody talking about he was talking about the Constitution and how you can, with the term limits, because they were like, you have to make it a constitutional amendment for the term limit thing.
Right.
But he said what it is that, because the guy was like, well, if we could do it for this, you have to do it for, they could go in and do it for the Second Amendment, or even like how they're talking now about the justices and stuff need term limits, which probably so. Like, everybody should be on a timeline and fucking get your work done and get the fuck out. So what he was saying was, I
don't know about the Supreme Court though.
Well, no, I'm just whatever. I'm just, because you're appointed for life, basically. What I'm saying is the Democrats are trying to do that now. But what he was saying was
I know.
The House with the Constitution and amendments, the majority of the states have to agree if that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
So you're not the states, the representatives within those states, while it might be a Democratic governor, it's all Republican legislation. So it probably won't, like Second Amendment and stuff like that will never turn over unless they do like some kind of executive order, which then will go to the Supreme Court and it will be ruled unconstitutional and blah, 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 blah.
Get turned over. Well, we'll see what happens.
But yes, we should have term limits because
it's going to be interesting last 4 months.
Oh, so getting back to the House thing, what I was saying was
we better hurry.
Was the more you settle these people in certain pockets and cities and counties is how you get the census, and then they get extra House members or
right. I get it.
I'm just saying to the people out there, like when you take 22 million illegals and put them somewhere, you're changing the census and the demographics of towns and cities. So those people are going to end up
more representatives.
Yeah, and those people are going to end up voting.
People.
Those people are going to end up voting for the people that look like them because they're me and I'm you and we are one.
Ramaswamy doesn't look like me. I would vote for him in a heartbeat. But like I said, we're all less brown. Every one of us. Some of us are darker brown. Because black people aren't black either, by the way.
He's going
to
run.
Brown.
He's probably going to end up running for Vance's seat in a special election if he doesn't get in the cabinet, I think.
He'll be in the cabinet. Hey! We're wrapping it up right now. The music is playing. All right, everybody.
Play us out, Johnny!
All right, check us out on YouTube, Rumble, and Instagram, and wherever Clint decides to put us. Oh, and what's that other? What's the
what?
The
Cloud Hub?
The other thing. I haven't put anything on Cloud Hub in a while.
Neither have I. Facebook?
The podcast thing.
It's not even on anymore.
No, it used to be Anchor, but what's it now? Spotify. On Spotify. Check us out on Spotify, too. Jesus Christmas.
Audio and video on Spotify. Yeah. Hit the links.
I'm going to work on a new background, too.
We need some new gear, so
I'm going to decorate this
Get some swag.
All right, everybody. Orange Men out.
So long, gay boys.